Warning, the following video talks about sexual talk with minors, suicide, sex, and other disclosable topics and is for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to feel, and grace my fears relieved. How precious did that grace appear, the hour I first believed. Through many dangers, toils, and snares, I have already come. 'Tis grace hath brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me home.
Hey guys, sorry about that. I have my mic in a different position. I will be discussing a little topic that I haven't talked about in a bit, so to say, because my phone's been destroyed and my computer didn't have Wi-Fi. But now I do, and I can actually connect to Wi-Fi instead of having to use Ethernet, which is 10 times better. But I think I will discuss some of that. Let me discuss a little bit. Also, my monitor little broken, but it's not to the point that I can't use it. It's just a little wavery, I guess. But yeah, I've been doing this content for a little over a year now. September 30th, 2024. That's when I actually uploaded my first video, I think, because I was welcoming to the new channel. But a lot of stuff has gone down. A lot of stuff has gone down. For instance, I deleted the post, but it talked about how there was an incident that went on with the Helix SMP and all of that matter, though it was more or less not even involving that. It was just a side thing, so to say. I want to say, though, is most of this I will go into explanation about, and I will stop rambling about nothingness and actually get into what actually happened. So, there's a Discord server, right? My Discord server that I made not too long ago. Plan to make videos off of it, you know. But yeah, Discord server, The Void. I made it a bit ago, and then I'd say a couple weeks ago, so to say, couple weeks or something, I did a little stuff I probably shouldn't have done, and it looked off on bad, and I realized that shortly after and decided to get rid of it. Though could look like it was an attempt to escape from what was coming, which I didn't. Um, there's a lot of people in the server, a lot of minors. I decided to make a channel, which is deleted now, called hashtag flirting, right? Because there was a couple people that was like, hey, you should add a hashtag flirting. You should add hashtag flirting. So I added hashtag flirting. Bonnie, my co-owner, also thought it was a decent idea, so people wouldn't get the idea. Though I was saying some previous bad stuff, like I was making inappropriate jokes with minors. And me being 18, which even though I don't want to be 18 because I don't want to deal with stuff that I was worried about, like before I turned 18, I would make jokes like that all the time. I can't do that anymore. And I didn't want to accept that, so I kept on doing it. It got me into a lot of trouble. For instance, I'm going to show you the message with Red, though I don't know if he wants me to show it, but it's about me, and I feel like I have the right to. So, he basically said, okay, care to chat really quick? Oh, yeah, sure. I was recently given information about an anonymous source that you have to have Discord server where you discuss rather inappropriate things with members who are underage. You are 18 and should this is an acceptable behavior, and it will not be one I will have in my projects. Oh yeah. I mean, it was with someone who was explain these. Yeah. So I pull up these. Of course you do. You're such a good little pet. Blah blah blah. Bonnie wants to fuck confirmed. Here. So I go up to. Nah, me and space fuck and just pet them. Can I join? That looks very bad on me. Though I meant it as a joking extent, which is not even slightly, I guess it's not an excuse to say, oh, I just was joking, it doesn't matter. It's still something I should not even spill out into my messages. And then he said, okay, what is this? Fanfiction. That was just, they explained that I posted that on my Instagram. That was just, like, a little, what's it called? Where we did a few things on it. Gartic Phone. Yeah, we were playing Gartic Phone, and that's, Bonnie basically made that of, like, actions that happened. I had nothing to do with most of that. Well, I had something to do with some of that, but not a lot. And then he ended up saying, unfortunately, I will have to let you go. This behavior is still unacceptable. As I started, thank you for having this chat and have a good rest of your day. Which means he says, I am not going to be in Helix anymore. Which, yeah, I don't care. I really don't care. It was my fault. I blame myself. And then I want to talk to you because, Nightly said, okay, I need to scroll up. Okay, so Nightly said he, basically, to put you in perspective, he was talking about how all the sus things and stuff I said, he sent a screenshot to Red and did nothing else for it. He basically just said, take a look at this and stuff like that. I was being an idiot and let my upsetness of getting removed from Helix because of the big opportunity I had get to the best of me, and I started blaming him for stuff he didn't do. I basically said he took things out of context, which he kinda did, but kinda didn't. He basically took the only thing that sounded bad and posted it. And then he grabbed something that was from Gartic Phone, though I don't think he knew that was from Gartic Phone. I think he just thought that was bad stuff. But then we had a conversation. He was going to try to ask Red to get me back in. Red obviously didn't get me back in, but I'm going to let it go because that was a one-time thing, and it only insisted with Helix because I was in Helix at the time. I'm not upset about any of this because it was the right thing for him to do, and I took down the post. I was gonna take it down. Forgot I put it up after I talked to Nightly. I was gonna put it down, but my phone broke and I couldn't access anything at all. I couldn't talk to anyone. The only thing I could access is YouTube, but because I have two-factor authentication with my mobile device, can't access it. So I basically couldn't get into YouTube on my account. So I basically had to sit here hoping someone would understand once I got back. I had a bunch of people worried about me. I also want to talk about how most of this made me feel at the time, because at the time of seeing this news, I was bawling out. I was bawling my eyes out, crying, and kind of wanted to kill myself. I basically went to a mental hospital maybe a week or so after. No, not even a week after. Like a few days after. Went to a mental hospital. That's the day my phone broke. I guess the main reason my phone broke was because of anger towards someone else. The anger towards someone else, completely reasonable. And then I slammed my phone on the ground because it was the only thing in my hand, and that's the only thing I had freaking access to. Though, I do want to say that Red and Nightly completely understand their point of view, and that's all that matters, in my opinion. Angel also wanted to talk to me about removing the post because it made Nightly look worse than he is, and I kind of wanted to be like, yeah, I was going to remove it, couldn't. So I removed it, and now I'm back here. I did want to commit suicide. I tried to commit suicide. I got sent to a mental hospital. My phone was broken the same day. But yeah, I was basically... So basically, what happened in the flirting group chat is completely different than what happened, what Nightly showed. And it was me getting carried away. I guess. Or no, Frost getting carried away. So, I'm not going to remove Frost because it was all of our faults. And Frost ended up apologizing, and everyone apologized that did it. And I'm going to do a video real quick. So, it's like... So, it consisted of me, Frost, Bonnie, and Space. Space, I think, is... Is Space even in this Discord anymore? I don't think so. I don't think Space is here anymore. Yeah, Space isn't here anymore. Last time I knew anything about Space, Space kind of got into a lot of stuff. And he ended up getting in trouble or something. I don't know. But it was between us four. We were talking in the flirting chat, and it got to the point where Frost was talking about sex shit and talking about doing inappropriate things with me and a bunch of the other people. So basically, it got to the point where Space was like, "Oh, I'm going to go. I think it's deleted now, but I'm going to go and the main reason I was in the shower was because of that chat." And I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but he basically went into a shower away from parents, got, undressed and all that, and was gonna masturbate in a sense, I guess. That was to a point I was like, okay, this is just gone too far. I deleted the flirting channel, deleted everything, made a rule saying no sexual content to where it made someone uncomfortable. You can still, like, make tiny little jokes, as long as it's not bad jokes. And so that's where that went. I also want to talk about what I have done so far, and a couple things. So basically, I now have a permit, and because of how much time I wanted to put off of that, I have a permit now. I didn't want to do it because I didn't want to drive because there's crazy people on the road, to say the least. I also am about to complete school. But that's just where I'm at right now. That's what I've been doing while I was gone. Basically, getting stuff out of the way to advance in life. I also want to talk about the issue of Raven, because I see there's still a lot of people thinking, because I agree with the law, it's still morally messed up. It's not morally messed up. You can say all you want that it's morally messed up. It's not fucking morally messed up. If you've ever seen anyone dating, I've seen countless amounts of people who are still in high school, still 18, dating someone who's 16. It's not messed up. The amount of times you want to say, oh, it's messed up because she's dating someone who's 2 years younger than her. It's not messed up. Issue is, I see that a lot of people think is me and Rave. I'm basically, the only reason is because I dated Raven within a week of her turning 16. I guess? I mean, that can be an issue, except our birthdays are literally right next to each other. So, so her birthday, I can pull it up real quick, just so y'all have evidence. Her birthday, hold on. Where am I? Fuck, disable. Fucking, what am I doing? Anyway, her birthday is on her pronouns page. You can visit here. Her birthday is... What the fuck am I looking at? Where is... Okay. Am I stupid? Oh, it's down here. Okay. Her birthday is November 29th. My birthday... Okay, so yeah, that was within a week. That was within a week, so to say. But my birthday is literally October. In the 20th. Literally October 20th. It's literally like a month. It's not as bad as you make it seem, because I technically did just turn 18 anyway. I turned 18 maybe like a little bit more than a month after this happened. So it's... Even if you want to say, no, that's still not even close. There's 12 months in a fucking year. 1 month. Within 1 month. A little bit over a month. Out of the entire year, that is not that bad. I don't care what you say, but that's just like... It's not bad. You can say all the fuck you want. But I'm saying this right now, either you're going to let this go or it's going to haunt you until you die. I mean, I'm not stopping this just because people are saying she's too young. She's not. It's legal, and it's also not morally wrong. I don't know where people are getting morally wrong. Like, that's an issue. As long as it's legal, it's not bad. It's not pedophilia. It's nothing of that. Someone said in the post, yeah, it may be legal, but it's morally not right. Fuck, it's not morally right, but it's not morally not right. I mean, nothing technically is morally right unless you're doing it for the good deed. But I really don't know what they were getting at, because it's not bad. Anyway, I'm going to move on from that topic. So basically, I want to wrap this stuff up because the video's getting a little longer. And I don't want it to be like 30 minutes worth of explaining stupid stuff to little kids. Because, let's be honest, most of the people who say this stuff about this are younger than 18. Which, it may be uncomfortable to you. Because if you're in her shoes, like, first of all, I do want to say one thing to make it, it's not necessarily going to change the aspect people have about it, but it's basically to explain something over. I wasn't originally going to date Raven, first of all. I do want to say I wasn't gonna originally date Raven. The issue is there was a couple. I was in a server full of all my friends. I'm not in that server anymore because it kind of got into the point that people were just kind of being dicks. And there's a lot of transphobia going on over there, so I left. But there were two of my closer friends that I've known for a while, over a couple years. One of them's 17 and one of them's 16, dating each other. They tried to convince me and Raven to go into a VC so we can, I guess, fall in love with each other. Because we weren't originally going to date. And then we were talking, having a great time. We were watching a couple videos. This was when Nice Life was going on, by the way. This was when Nice Life was going on. So, we were watching the first episode of Nice Life. So the first episode of Nice Life was going on. Me and Raven were chatting. We were watching it. And then afterwards, I think it was before this. Before this, Raven ended up asking me, do you want to just, like, date? I think that's exactly how she worded it. I was like, So I was like, on the tip of my chair, like, do I say yes? Do I say no? I don't fucking know. I haven't had a girlfriend ever since the last time I had a girlfriend who was also 2 years younger than me, which I'll get to that point afterwards. And she ended up becoming a manipulative bitch and also kind of, like, threw me off a bit and made me do stuff that I didn't think I should have done. So I dumped her. And Raven, on the other hand, I was kind of, like, not knowing if I should because of the last toxic relationship I was in. But I said, sure. So that's what happened. So, to get y'all's head out of the fucking thing, I didn't even propose this thing to happen at first anyway. So, the fact that y'all think, oh, I'm just trying to get with minors. Fuck. No. I basically don't pick and choose. I'm gonna be so real. I don't ask people on dates. They ask me on dates. I've literally had the only two people I've ever dated, Raven and that one girl that I will mention in a bit, were the ones who asked me on it. Asked me to be their girlfriend for Raven. I was not transitioned when I was dating the other girl. So that's basically what I have to talk about that. So, also, to talk about the previous girl I dated, her name was Destiny. I met her, and when I went to church, I met her there. She ended up having her friend go over to me, ask me to meet her somewhere, and then she asked me if I wanted to be her boyfriend. Back before I was a girl. I'll have you know. So, I said, sure. What do I have to lose? And then a bit after, she ended up trying to get me to have sex with her. She was fucking 14. I was 16. Guess what I did? Because I was 16, I was actually kind of a dumbass. I said, sure. It could be filed as a report. Could have been any of that. But I had no idea what the fuck I was doing because I was a stupid old 16-year-old who literally didn't do anything in the world. I actually didn't have any social media. My parents wouldn't let me have social media. My dad said no to social media. The only thing I could have is a phone that had parental controls. Parental controls. That's all I had. So, fuck, I didn't know what a pedophile was. I didn't hear about any of that in school anyway. No one ever talked about pedophilia, nothing like that. So I just thought you could date anyone. So I thought you could have sex with anyone. So she basically took off her shirt and a bunch of that stuff. I won't get into explicit details, just so you know. So that is an instance where I was being a little groomy. But since I know a bunch of stuff now, that's nothing like what is now. I mean, you can say all this shit you want. But in reality, I am not trying to date someone for them being a minor. I'm trying to date someone because I love them. And you can say all you want, oh, that's not a reason. It's because you love little kids. No. Raven's not even fucking, like, little. She's 16. It's, quote unquote, legal. I mean, you can say all you want about, oh, she's still 16 month after, it's morally wrong. No, it's not morally wrong. It's, how do you put this? Allowed and not frowned upon. I've had multiple people still talk to me, still be friends with me, all that stuff. And if that was morally wrong, would you think a lot of people would still like me? No. A lot of people would hate me. I've had doubts about my life. I had doubts about what I was doing because of these allegations that people thrown at me. And I do want to say, if you're going to hate on someone because of something, don't. Try to tell them what's right instead of trying to, like, make them think they're a loser and that they shouldn't be loved. Because I'll tell you right now, one of many, I've cried thinking about people thinking about me differently, thinking I was in the wrong when I was actually in the right. And then I did my research and found out y'all are fucking stupid. It's most of the time it's little kids that try to put themselves in the other little kids, or not little kids, but like kids, I guess. Basically teenagers. Try to put each other in teenagers' shoes. And say, oh, it would be uncomfortable for me when you're not fucking them, are you? I mean, people hate to hate, man. People fucking hate to hate. And it's got on my nerves. And I don't know what to think about it. I really don't know what to think about it. But I just want to say and close it out with this. Guys, I'll admit, I was wrong talking with people under the age of 18 like I did. That was fucked up, right? I shouldn't have done that. And I went to the extent I shouldn't have blamed Knightley. Blaming Knightley was a fucking poor decision. But other than that, I don't care what the fuck happens on the other side. But me and Raven's relationship isn't bad. It's okay. People who try to put that as like a thing to put against me, you can drop it now. Like, I'm done with that type of stuff. I've associated with something like that before. Tried to keep that out of my personality. And I did a lot of stuff I shouldn't have done. Right? But we're all human. We're just all human. There's nothing you can say or do to convince me otherwise. We're human. We do things we shouldn't do. And then we end up learning from our mistakes. I'm not an idiot. I'm not trying to date someone that I shouldn't date. If it was wrong, I wouldn't be canceled for doing that. I haven't even been canceled for making those inappropriate jokes. I just got removed from a server because of an action. If consequences come with actions, and I take that down. I feel remorse for doing all that. Don't get me wrong. I do want to say it's not necessarily just my fault. This could be looking to put some people on it, but I'm just saying it's a collective agreement that it's all four of our faults. We all took part. We all are the blame. I do want to say, though, is just fucking let me and Raven's relationship go. You ain't getting nowhere with that. There's instances everywhere where 18-year-olds date 16-year-olds. Like, if you don't believe me, you can just look that fucking up. It's not necessarily common, but the most common thing is literally dating the same age or dating a year away. Dating 2 years is just as fine as dating 1 year or dating the same age. Dating 3 years is when I call the line and I won't date anyone. Now, does that sound like I'm a fucking predator if I'm not willing to date someone 3 years or more? Like, you've got to be incredibly fucked up to think I still am a predator from that. Like, I could care less. I heard CJ's story recently. I just got back online, saw that CJ DJ Gamer has been reported as a pedophile for grooming 4 kids as 18. Though, I don't know how old they were, but I'm assuming they were more than within the range as me and Raven, because at that point, it's not grooming unless you're actually fucking them. So I do want to finish this off. Please don't take any of these words as I'm saying that you're fucked up if you're thinking these things, because everyone has their opinion. What I'm saying is just fucking shut up about it at least. You can think them, but don't fucking say things about this. It's pissed me off more than anything. I'm going to continue dating Raven until we either break up or we die. I hope we don't break up, but things happen in life, and you would never know. I do want to finish off, though, saying just keep thoughts to yourself unless you're actually correct about it. Thank you. Have a good day, and hopefully I'll post some more things soon since I have a PC again. Love you all, and have a good night.